Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Hi, welcome. Today we're making a quick chopped cheese. Let me throw these away. Ooh, these onions are acting quick. Ugh. If you're just in here, drop a comment. Let me know where you're joining from. We are cooking from Las Vegas today. Let's see. Oh, I think it's frozen. Hi. Hi, guys. I think my thing was frozen for a second. Okay. It looks like it works again, although it still looks frozen. We'll see in a second. But anyways, today we're making chopped cheese. Oop, don't eat it, Belle. Don't eat it. Leave it. Oh, I'm making a mess. Leave it. Hey! Okay. Alright. So anyways, we're making some chopped cheese today. We're using ground turkey. Thank you guys for joining me. My live is being weird today, but we're just gonna go with it. Hopefully it's working. So right now I'm just cutting up my vegetables that I'm gonna add to my sandwich, which will be onions. I'll cook the onions with the meat, tomato, jalapeno. I'm also gonna cook with the meat. There's no rhyme or reason to the jalapeno. I just have a little piece left and I'm gonna use it. And then lettuce as well. We won't need that till later. Sometimes I add the raw onions to the sandwich, but today I'm gonna cook them with the meat. Whew, the onions are taking me out. Oh. So I'm just chopping up this little bit of jalapeno I have. I'm just gonna add that in the meat. Usually a chopped cheese is made with already pre-made burgers, or people just use beef in general. I'm using ground turkey. Okay, there we go. It seems like it's moving now. My screen is just like frozen. So if you're just joining, welcome. Let me know where you guys are joining from. I'm in Las Vegas, cooking today. all the way on the West Coast, but not quite in the California storms, thankfully. We are making chopped cheese today. Again, we're using ground turkey. Typically, chopped cheese is made with beef in general, but sometimes people will have the pre-made burgers or whatever. I'm using ground turkey, and it's still going to be delicious. Okay. Are y'all familiar with chopped cheeses? They're all over TikTok nowadays, but it's really a food native to the New York area. But I'm just going to make a quick one for dinner. So we'll use some turkey. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining. Thanks for the likes. Make sure you keep tapping that screen. Give me a follow. I go live and cook on TikTok when I have time. I'm cooking from Las Vegas today. Let me know where you guys are joining from. Let me put, I am going to put the meat, even though it's ground meat, I'm going to put it into the shape of patties first because it just matters. Hi, everybody. All right, we got some turkey in there. That should be plenty. I'm only making 2 sandwiches, so that's probably too much, but we're going to make it do what it do. Let me get a paper towel. Thank you all for being here. We have about 150 people present. Edison, Georgia. Very cool. Thank you very much for joining. I was actually born in Georgia, a little outside of one of the Army bases there. But thank you for joining. Nice to meet you as well. Thanks for the follow, Jerry. All right. And for all of you just getting here, again, we're making a quick chopped cheese at home. So if you're familiar with chopped cheese, thank you so pretty for the likes. If you're familiar with chopped cheese and the follow, it is pretty much a chopped up hamburger. Let's not dance around the facts, right? That's what it is. But I'm going to use ground turkey. You can use ground beef. You can use pre-made burgers and chop them up. I am going to put the meat in the shape of a patty, and then I'm going to chop it up as we cook it because that's just part of the process. Okay. So for seasoning, I tried to be fancy. I ripped open all of my Goyas and I put them in a different packaging because I don't like having half open packages of Goya because they spill. But also I got these cute little seasoning jars which can be found in my Amazon storefront if you care. If not, this is just Goya. This is Sazon. Okay. So we're gonna, actually I don't think I want to season it ahead, y'all. Sorry, my brain's everywhere. I'm not going to season them ahead. I'm going to season them while they're in the pan cooking. Let me heat up the pan. We are going to do a medium-high heat. It cooks pretty fast. Medium-high heat. Let's see, of 8, I'm putting mine on about 5. So we'll do that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and put our patties together. So I'm just going to shape them like patties. Again, no big deal if you don't. It's just part of the process for me. And if you've ever seen the videos of them making the chopped cheese, they always take the hamburger, throw it in the pan or on the stove. They chop it up, and once it starts getting a little bit cooked, that's when they season it. So I'm going to season it then as well. I'm going to put these plain turkey patties into the pan and then get them chopping and get them seasoned. I really probably don't need all of this. I'm only making 2 sandwiches. We'll put that separate. We don't want no cross-contamination. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. Let me know where you're joining us from. I'm in Las Vegas cooking. We have somebody here from Georgia. We're making a quick chopped cheese. And if you're new here, I'm Chefstiny. I cook on TikTok Live when I have time. But if you ever miss it or you want to watch it at your own pace, my videos are available on my YouTube. Same name on YouTube. You can type in Chefstiny. You'll find all of my pre-made videos. as well as my post-recorded lives. So all of my lives, I turn into a video and I post to my YouTube. Okay, usually within a couple of days of filming it. So this one will be up in about 2 to 3 days. All right. Make sure you give me a follow so you guys can stick around and see what all is to come. Today we're making chopped cheese, but in the past, if you look on my YouTube, I have about 8 lives I've put up on there. We've made a bunch of different things from garlic shrimp scampi. Last week we were making copycat chipotle chicken bowls. Very good. I've made that quite a few times, but it's always more delicious every single time. If you ask me and people around me, it tastes equal to or better than Chipotle. So if you like Chipotle, go check out that video. We made homemade pizzas with fresh dough, fresh sauce, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in seeing any past lives or any pre-recorded videos I have, you can go to my YouTube and see those. And the YouTube is linked in my bio, but if you just want to look real quick, you can go to YouTube, search Chefstiny, you'll find me there. Okay. So we're making turkey chopped cheese. It's nice because not everybody eats beef. I mean, I eat beef, but I just happen to only have ground turkey here, so that's what we're using. But it's good either way. All right, so we're just making our patty shapes. I really don't think I'll need all this meat, but I'm just gonna, if we have extra, then it'll be for lunch tomorrow. Thank you for all the likes. We're at 200. Let's keep them going. If you're here and you're watching, I appreciate you. Make sure you're tapping that screen while you watch. Help us get some more people in here. Spread the recipes. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm going to use, I dropped it. Usually for chopped cheese, I use Sazon. That's the orange packet of the Goya seasoning. And then I'm going to use, what else? Black pepper. I have garlic powder. And then this little spice oil that I get from Trader Joe's. I'll show you that once I don't have meat on my hands. Just a couple of things. Nothing too much. The Sazon is the main like salt factor here and the flavor factor. But this is 93 and 7 cut turkey, so it's very lean. Definitely have to add your own flavors. Okay, that's a decent patty. Okay, so we have our patty shapes. Again, some people use the pre-made burgers and they just put that in the pan and chop it up. I just happen to only have chopped meat at this time, so that's what I'm using. All right, we got 3 patties here. Our pan is heating up on medium-high heat. Would you choose love or financial freedom with no chance of love? That's deep. I mean, I guess love, because then you could have both things. Maybe you won't be financially free, but you're at least able to be stable and have love rather than being financially free and no one to share it with. What do you think? All right, patty's good. This is the Trader Joe's chili oil that I was talking about. It's more of a chili onion oil, but it's from Trader Joe's. It's really good. I'm going to use this instead of adding like an oil to the pan. This already has its own oil. It's olive oil. And then it also has spices like, let's see, dried onions, dried garlic, dried red peppers, salt, paprika. I really love this little oil. This is one thing I buy faithfully from Trader Joe's. Love all day. Yep, that makes sense. That's a wise choice, because what fun will be financial freedom if you can't share it with anybody, right? All right, let's see what our pan's doing. Is it hot? Once it's hot, I'm going to bring the camera over here. But if you just got here and you missed a little bit, we're making chopped cheese real quick. See if you can see that. I pre-shaped the patties that we're going to use. I didn't season them yet. I'm going to season them when they get in the pan and when we start chopping them up. I have onions that I chopped and diced, and then a little bit of jalapeno just because it was left over and I figured I could throw it in the patty. Sometimes I put the raw onions in there on the sandwich. It's up to you how you want to do it. Today I wanted to try and cook the onions in the meat, so that's what we're doing. But you're welcome to just put raw onions if that's what you like on your sandwich. So how can I move this over here? I gotta move my ring light to the stove. All right, it's gonna be a little technical, y'all. We're gonna head over to the stove so y'all can see. If you just got here, thank you so much for joining. We're gonna make some chopped cheese. We're using a couple of different spices here. As I said, we're gonna use some Goya. I'm gonna try and get it in the right place. Some garlic powder, chili onion oil, black pepper. Let me know in the comments what's your go-to seasoning. Mine is Goya Sazon. The orange packet goes in pretty much everything. What is your go-to seasoning? Okay, can y'all see? Hopefully I won't block it. Let me move it over a little bit. My paper towels are knocked over. Oh, I should turn on the light. Okay. Ooh, that's great. There we go. All right, yep, that's nice and hot. So we're ready to get started. Let me know in the comments, have you guys ever eaten a chopped cheese before? If you're from New York, you've at least heard of it. But have you eaten one or made one? They're pretty easy to make. All right, and again, this is the Trader Joe's chili oil that I was telling you about. Hi, Alfonso. Welcome back. We're making chopped cheese sandwiches today. Trying to transfer all my stuff over here. Okay. Again, this will be a quick one. If you've ever watched one of my lives, thank you, Lynn, for the likes. If you ever watch one of my lives, sometimes they can run a little long, but chopped cheese is super fast, super easy. And if you've missed any of the previous ones, again, those can be found on my YouTube. YouTube name is the same as my TikTok name, Chefstiny. Hi, how are you doing tonight? All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of that in the pan. We're gonna bring our seasonings over so they're ready. This cooks pretty darn fast. Okay, so I'll show you guys the texture of this before I put it in. But if I wasn't using this, I would put something in the pan like, I don't know, whatever your average cooking oil is, especially because I'm using ground turkey. That's a really lean meat, so it's not going to produce a lot of its own oil, if any at all. So whatever is your go-to cooking oil. If you're using ground turkey, thank you, Susie, for the follow. Thank you guys so much for following me. I appreciate it. If you're using ground beef, you're probably better off. You're going to get more, oil if that's what you want. But I'm going to use this little chili onion oil. Again, this is something I buy faithfully from Trader Joe's. It's so good. I probably don't even need that much for how much I'm cooking. And it's a little jar, but you really only need like a spoonful for whatever you're cooking. So it has olive oil in it, so I won't have to add anything else. All right. So we'll put that in the pan. Add a little, just the oil. Perfect. Okay. Nice and hot. All right, I'm going to try not to block it. Let me try and cook from this other side. So first thing, put it on 4. First thing, we'll add all our patties. feel like I only use 2 patties. Thank you, Alfonso, for the like. Let me cook these 2 patties because I feel like I'm overdoing it. There's only, we're only making a couple. Oops. Okay. All right. Okay. So we'll let those solidify as if we're making an actual burger. And again, inside of that oil, we have dried onions, dried garlic, crushed red peppers, chili peppers, all kinds of good stuff in here. Really good for flavor. So we'll cook these as if we're making a burger. Now we're going to add our seasonings. Maybe start to. So again, this is Sazon, the orange packet of, Goya seasoning. I'm going to add that. Okay. We will also add granulated garlic. Never have enough garlic. Black pepper. You want to be careful with adding salt when you're using Goya because Goya can be already salty. Okay. And you can always add more salt, but you cannot take salt out, right? So it's better to add less than to add too much. Oops. Okay. There we go. Let me let that cook up a little more. Want to let it cook in patty form, and then we're going to chop it up either way, so it doesn't really matter if it's perfect patties or not. Thank you for 1,000 likes. We're going to chop it up either way, but okay. Little pieces of the seasoning there. Very good. Let it cook for just a second on this other side. Since it's turkey, it kind of cooks fast, so you don't want to wait too long. But once it has a sear, we're going to chop it. Yep, that's probably good. So you see that? Let's try to move this closer so y'all can see. Okay. Hence the name, right? Hence the name chopped cheese. We're going to chop it up before it's done. Mixing any of those seasonings we might have missed. Excuse me. You ain't seasoning, y'all. Okay. Chop that up. I will say, since my chili oil is on its last leg a little bit there's not as much oil. So I will add just a little bit more olive oil. But again, that's up to the cut of meat you're using and your discretion of how much oil you want. I'm using 93% lean turkey, so it needs a little extra attention. So keep chopping. We're going to get chopped cheese flame, right? There you go. There's that color from the seasoning. Make sure it cooks all the way through. Keep chopping it up. And then we're going to re-marry it with the cheese. The cheese is what's going to hold it all together. Okay, if you just got here, again, we're making chopped cheese, but we're using turkey. Let me know where you guys are joining from. We have a couple of different people in here. I'm in Las Vegas. Okay. Chop, chop, chop. Also, let me know, have you guys eaten a chopped cheese before? Have you heard of a chopped cheese before? I know they, excuse me, they have been pretty popular on TikTok in the past year. But if you're in New York, you know, it's a common food. This whole time, if y'all were watching my lives when I first started being able to do them this whole time, I done had a ring light but not used it. It's actually pretty helpful. All right, so as that's finishing up, I'm going to add in the vegetables. That's something also at your discretion at how you want to do that. I like to keep the vegetables at least semi-fresh, so I'm adding them in toward the end here. All right. I'm going to add them in toward the end so they're not all the way cooked up. Some people will add them first so they cook up even more. Up to you. I put a lot of onions. I like onions. All right. So let that cook up a little bit. Mine's the extra onions version. Up to you how you want to do it though. Looks pretty good. Thank you. I appreciate it. What'd you eat today? What'd y'all eat for dinner? It's kind of late. 7:30 on the west. And again, if you don't like onions or you don't like this many onions, don't put this many. This is what I like. You are welcome to use less onions for your sandwich. I was only trying to make 2 sandwiches, but this is way more than enough meat, so it is what it is. I did have an extra patty here, but I'll just use it tomorrow. Subway sandwich, that's so funny. I was just saying yesterday, I really wanted a Subway sandwich. I didn't end up getting one, but it sounded good. What do you usually get? I'm a spicy Italian kind of person. All right, so while that's, just kind of staying hot, still cooking up a little bit, we're going to add the cheese. Again, cheese is another thing of personal preference. I'm using American because I like American. You want to really put a good amount of cheese. This is not for the calorie restricted. Okay, I'm going to put about 4. And this is a nice meal, super easy and fast if you just need a quick dinner for you or for your family or whatever. Super easy. It's similar to burgers, but just different enough. I try to cover all the empty spots with cheese. Okay. Let me help that melt. Let me find a lid. I don't have a particular lid for my cast iron. I don't think they come with lids. I've never seen them come with a lid. But we'll use a different lid. It'll just help it melt. Okay. I'm gonna toast these. Let's see. I don't really want it super toasted, so let's not do it too hot. I'm gonna toast these little sub breads just slightly. Turn that off. Probably has enough heat to sustain. Mayo, ketchup, mustard. Okay. So then what you put on your bread too is also up to you. But I'm going to use mayo mustard, and ketchup. Okay. Thank you, Alfonso. I appreciate that. Whatever keeps the people watching, right? I'm gonna have to scoot this back. Okay. Quick look. Okay, I guess that's not helpful. Y'all can't see. Quick look. It's coming along. It's ready. I turned off the heat, by the way. Oh, all right. So I'm gonna do a quick toast on the bread. And just toast the outside. Keep the inside nice and soft and fluffy. Okay. Almost done, y'all. It's that fast. Once the bread is done, we're going to take it out, put the sides on, put the sauces on, a little lettuce. It's definitely one of those like messy sandwiches. So if you don't like messy sandwiches, you're going to have to bear with it. We'll put a little lettuce, nothing too much. The toastiness of the bread is up to how you like it. I don't like it to get too crunchy, scraping up the top of your mouth and such. Okay. So just a little lettuce, chopped up real small. And I've seen people too, I just usually let the cheese melt on top and go from there. But some people will stir it up, make it into like a unit. I want to taste the cheese. I don't want it to cook away. All right, so now we wait. We get a plate ready. I'm gonna use a paper plate. Don't judge me, y'all. I'm using a paper plate because it's just a sandwich. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess I don't need to bake it. It's not that deep. We're gonna broil just to toast the bread, but be careful on broil. Don't forget about it. Mm-hmm. I'll bring it a little closer once I'm making the sandwich so y'all can see. As of right now, we have our turkey. Let me see. Our turkey chopped cheese filling ready. Okay. ready to go inside the bread. Okay, that's enough for me. I really don't want it too toasty. All right, let's pick it up. Okay. Ooh, that's hot. I'm gonna cook this. Nope, too hot. Let me cool it down. Cool down my bread so I can cut it. That's good. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully I have some foil. Foil really seals the deal, no pun intended. But it really seals the deal here. I don't think I have a lot of foil. So we're gonna see how I'm gonna do this. Okay. So we cut the bread. We're gonna fill it with our sauces of your choice. I'm putting ketchup, mayo, and mustard. Okay. So I'm gonna put some mayo. That's the usual toppings. Mayo, mustard, ketchup. Some people make their own fancy special sauce. That's up to you. You just smear it inside as best you can. Really depends on what kind of bread you got. This one's kind of hard to smear inside. But do the best you can. So ketchup. If you're making a big one for a bunch of people, you could just get a giant French bread and then create the whole sandwich and just cut it up. And mustard, not too much. Okay, so we got our sauces in there. Put some of this. Oh, that didn't turn out nearly as bad as I expected. Still not super sloppy. I don't like sloppy food. I like when it's neat. I don't like when a sandwich falls apart when you're eating it. None of that. Okay, so you want to stuff it in there as good as you can. Here we go. Thank you, Alfonso, for the gifts. You see here, we got the turkey, the cheese, the onions, the jalapenos, our sauces in there. We have the mayo, the ketchup, mustard. Now the important part, to lock it all together, I might put a little more. Oh, wait, yeah, the jalapeno. I only had a little piece left. I figured I would just use it. But you don't have to. Okay. Now, the most important part to really bring this together as one is to wrap it in the foil. Okay. Wrap it nice and tight before you eat it. Give it about 2 minutes to just come together as one. Let your sandwich chill in there for about 2 minutes. Let the heat bind it all together. I didn't put lettuce on that one because I didn't want lettuce. Okay, let's do the same thing with this one. So we're going to cut it open. easier to cut when it's really hot. So you might gotta sacrifice a little pain. Okay, open it up. Open up your little sandwich, French bread, a little baguette, whatever it is. I think these are bolillo rolls or something. Okay, open it up. We're gonna put our mayo. Same thing as last time, smear some inside. On both sides of the bread. You put a lot of filling, so you want to make sure that you can at least taste your sauce. Smear it on both sides of the bread. Okay. Alright, so we got our mayo in there. Next, we're going to do ketchup. Oops. Okay. And mustard. Not too much mustard. Alright, so we got all our sauce in there. Now we're going to stuff it with the chopped cheese filling. And if you are a person who's just weird about textures and temperatures and stuff, like if you did want to add lettuce, but you don't want it to get all hot and steamy in here, you can add it after too. Any topping you want to keep cold, you can add it after it marries together in the foil. Okay, so we're going to fill that. We're going to push it. I don't want to make a mess. Let me bring this closer, because my dog will eat it. Okay, so we're going to fill it. Oh, see, she's going to eat that. Fill it, stuff it real good. Make sure you push it down all the way into the bread. Use your spatula, push it in there. Okay. See if you can see. So we just got here, we have a turkey chopped cheese. We used American cheese. There's some chopped up onions. You're welcome to use raw onions as well. Some chopped up jalapenos. Seasoning, we have sauce, mayo, ketchup, and mustard inside. Okay. Make sure you stuff it real good. No waste. Okay, so we got our big sandwich. Let's see if I have enough foil to wrap this one too. Hopefully, yes. Oh, good. Okay, we have enough foil. Very good. Okay, got that. Put some lettuce. If you like tomato and all that, welcome to do that too. Let me see. Yeah, see, this is one of those ones too. I didn't want lettuce. I don't like messy food. Some people don't mind messy food. I do. So we're gonna slide a piece of tomato in this one first. This sandwich isn't mine, but they want tomato and I forgot to add it. So we're gonna slip it in. We're gonna slip it in there. It's a real messy one. But it'll be good. That's why we have our foil. Okay, the foil will handle that. So we have our tomatoes, our lettuce and all that. Okay, we're gonna wrap it so it comes together. Wrap it real tight, like you're wrapping a burrito. And you just wanna let it chill. Chill in the aluminum foil for about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. Let the heat bring it all together as one. So we got both of our chopped cheese here. The foil step is more important than you know. So I'd encourage you, if you make it at home, incorporate the foil step. Okay, now let's cut it open for the big reveal. All right, I'll cut that one open. I'll put this mayo away. What y'all think? Was that easy? I think it's a pretty easy to make meal. It's pretty fast, very straightforward. All it is a chopped up burger, pretty much. But you can get creative. You can put spicy peppers, sweet peppers. You can add all kinds of different stuff to make it a little different. All right. So let's cut it in half. Let's see what it's doing. Should have used a different knife. Yeah, that's fine. So this was the one that didn't have lettuce on it, but as you can see, everything is all married together, nice and juicy. Even though we're using really lean turkey, it's still nice and juicy. We added olive oil and a chili onion oil. Okay, and that's where the foil comes in handy. It really helps to marry together everything, the cheese, the meat, thank you, the cheese, the meat. If you add lettuce and tomato and such, that onions, peppers, everything gets married together in the aluminum. I'm trying to make it focus. Yeah. And then if you want fries on the side, chips on the side, whatever, that's up to you. We didn't make any fries today. I'll show you the one with the lettuce and the tomato too, just so you can see. This one's a little more messy. See, this one's a little more messy, but you can see. See the tomatoes and the lettuce, all the meat and the sauce, all together as one. Okay. And the outside of the bread is nice and toasty. I put it in the oven on broil. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like soggy food. So I made sure the outside gets nice and toasty so that the sauce doesn't make the bread soggy. Thank you. This one is pretty easy though. Pretty quick and easy. And as usual, this will be posted on my YouTube. YouTube name, the same as my TikTok name at Chefstiny. I'll post this in case you want to go back and watch it later. Just to recap, we did make a ground turkey chopped cheese, right? If you're not familiar with the chopped cheese, it's pretty much a different shaped hamburger, cheeseburger. So we made that real quick. This is what it looks like. We use the foil to hold everything together, to marry the flavors together. Nice big sandwich. And that's it. This was a quick one today, y'all. So I appreciate you joining me. Make sure if you're still here, make sure you follow me. Catch any future lives cooking. If you want to see this one back, or if you want to see any one that I've done in the past, they are up on my YouTube name Chefstiny, just like on TikTok. And it's also linked in my bio, okay? I appreciate you guys. Have a good night.